What's up, everybody, man? You already know what time it is. It's your host with the most, your boy Dub Q, and I'd like to welcome you guys to the Black Cat Panther podcast, man. Make no mistake about it. It is that time. You already know what time it is. Look, the Carolina Panthers came out today. We had a lot of interviews that came. Frank Wright, your boy over here, Scotty Fitterer. I mean, I'm loving what I'm seeing from these guys. And look, I'm going to do a live reaction. We're going to do a little bit of playback. We're going to break this thing down piece by piece because I believe that Scotty Fitterer was somewhat telling us his direction of what we're looking at when it comes to the Carolina Panthers quarterback. I mean, a lot of things we don't want to miss. There were some gems here. I'm telling you guys, this is dope, man. And look, shout out to Scott Fitterer for getting this thing together, man. Look, I'm telling you right now, you don't want to miss this. Just this is for anybody that missed it today who was at work. I'm telling you, your boy Q was go ahead. We can go ahead and get to it. Man, shout out to everybody. What's going on to everybody in the chat? Look, I'm telling you, we're gonna break this thing down, live reactions, piece by piece. Shout out to also Adam Thielen for going on. Look at here, one of my favorite podcasts right now, and he went to it. He got into it. His reason for coming to the Carolina Panthers is because he couldn't be more excited to be a Panther, and he see there's a contender right here being built here in Charlotte. And look, on Pat McPhee show, you got to understand that that's huge to get the recognition that's showing that we're building something here in Carolina. And it was big to have him go on there and acknowledge that he wanted to one be here, and also that he signifies that the Carolina Panthers could win a Super Bowl in the next upcoming years. We have everything that's already put in place. The mold has been made. And look, it was good hearing the Carolina Panthers talked about in a positive light today. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this today. This is going to be pretty good. We're going to do a whole lot of highlighting. I'm telling you also, when it comes to listening to some of these interviews, you get to really highlight and see where we went wrong with Matt Rule. You get to understand that this is something that it gave us all a cause to pause, man. But without further ado, we're going to start breaking this thing down piece by piece. I'll give my commentary on this thing. Let's get into it if we're going to get into it. I love what I'm seeing here. Look, old school. Shark is coming on board. I'm thinking that he'll be here within maybe, if not today, tomorrow. Shark is going to definitely be here. I think that's something that's going to be big for the Carolina Panthers, man, having a solidified guy in the room. But let's make no mistake about it. Let's get into it.
What have you been up to?
Quite a bit. Haven't seen you guys since the combine. Um, yeah, so lots happened since the combine. Obviously, trade for the number one pick, signed a lot of free agents, got ready for the draft. So a lot of good, exciting things. And again, I just want to thank Dave and Nicole for supporting us and allowing us to go up to the number one pick. Giving us the resources and free agency. That's been great. So really appreciate that. And want to acknowledge the pro scouts. Rob Hanrahan, Lee McNeil, Tyler Ramsey. Those guys do a ton of work during the year. So just want to acknowledge them, how good of a job they do. We always get to stand up here. Those are the guys doing all the work. So appreciate them. Appreciate the college scouts. So with that, getting ready to go out to pro days starting tomorrow. So any questions you have?
Take us through the process of you guys negotiating and getting that top pick.
Yeah, so that started at the combine. Ryan Poles and I got together. We talked to a few teams about, getting up somewhere in the draft where you can get a quarterback. And so Ryan is a guy I've known for a while. We met at the combine, met in the hotel room the first time, met in the lobby of the stadium a couple times, and just talked about it. Hey, what would it take? What does it look like? And it was going to be expensive. And it was going to be expensive anywhere in those upper spots in the draft, just because there's so many quarterbacks that are, in this draft, teams that need quarterbacks, and also the price of quarterbacks and free agency. These guys are getting 35, 40 million now. So, the demand for those rookies is going up. So what we wanted to do is stay with it. We continued to talk, Brian and I. We came back to Charlotte, had several more conversations, went over about 3 or 4 days, just different scenarios. What would it take? And we found a spot that worked for both of us. They wanted a certain amount of compensation, certain things that we didn't want to do, so we had to work through that. But we were able to get there and get the deal done.
Heading into the combine, that was something that you guys knew that you wanted to do.
We wanted to put ourselves in a position to get a quarterback. And
Wow. So they went into the combine knowing that they potentially would have had to get rid of DJ. Is what I'm picking up from this. That's big because they sat down and they said that they were going to sit down and restructure with DJ. And after the fact that didn't change or that didn't heal, we noticed that after that, the DJ talk stopped. They ceased. And so I guess they made their mind up at that moment that they're saying that, okay, we realized that we got up out of here and we took this thing and said that, hey, we got to make this happen to get a quarterback. We got to use DJ now as leverage to potentially get somebody in this door. Shout out to the Panthers, man, for getting out there, and just exhausting all benefits to make this thing happen, man. And shout out to the family, Wally, man. What's up? What's up, Wally?
So those were the conversations that we had.
Did you expect to have to include a player in that compensation package?
You never want to, especially someone like DJ. You do your best not to, but the price of this, number one pick was too expensive to give up all these picks and everything else to get up there. So unfortunately, we had to give up DJ, who was a great member of our team, did a tremendous job for us, great locker room guy. It hurt, but, we had to do what we had to do to get in this position.
Did you trade out because you had one quarterback you wanted?
We at the combine said, if you're going to go up, you better have conviction. And we have conviction on players at that top.
Okay. Did y'all just hear that? He said at the combine, he said, if you got conviction, what he wanted to say, yeah, we got our guy already. We already know who we're going to take. But he didn't want to come out and say it without, he wanted to camouflage this thing for everybody to understand fully what's going on. So it sounds like to me it's already a done deal in their head. They done sat down and thought about who it is that's going to be able to take the Panthers to the next level. I think Scott Fitterer them just gave us a gem without even saying it, man. Whoo! I got excited just now, too.
We feel good about it. I'm not going to go into it, but we feel good about being in this position.
But Scott, when you have conviction on multiple players, how do you zone in when, the pick needs to be made? How does that process work for you guys?
Yeah, we're still going through the process right now. I mean, obviously we have our ideas. You're not going to make a move like that without having that pretty much cemented. But now we're going through the process of talking to the players and really getting to know them. You know them as players starting back a couple of years when your scouts start, watching these guys, evaluating them. We had a snapshot at the combine where you get 18 minutes talking to them. But really, we want to get to know them, what drives them, who's supporting them, who's in their family. So this is an important time to go through this process. But we do feel good about the group up top.
Wow. Shout out to Wally, man. What's up with you, brother?
And up to it, bro. Hey, I was looking at this thing earlier. I was like, man, this is all right. This off season, man, we're gonna be spoiled after this.
Oh man. So with the clear indications that you've been hearing so far, the Panthers already got this thing in the bag. I believe, like I said, you don't make a trade like this unless you already know who you were going to take.
Yeah. They got a good idea. I think they're doing the wise thing and watch everything play out. And if they play the cards right, they make it slip up and sneak a couple draft picks out of this. Dude, we'll be cooking with Crisco. We already, this is the best offseason I've seen in a long time. I'm talking about any team, not just us.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
You know what though, Wiley? I was looking at power rankings. They still got us ranked like number 28th overall, and they got the Falcons and the Bucks still ahead of us. Because I was looking at some power rankings, and it's because the uncertainty of losing DJ, and they still don't know who we're going to get number one overall until those things are in place. They still have us ranked out of 32 teams number 28. How you feel about that?
They can leave us at 28. It's okay. They don't need us. Remember now, people keep forgetting. 2015. What did they do to us? Disrespect us the whole time. Let's just fake. They ain't that good. Leave us there.
Look, best I've seen all the time. This is the best offseason we ever had. Okay, let's get back to it.
Your off-season approach and everything you do now that you're 1 versus 9.
Yeah, I mean, it changes because it narrows down the field you're going to take. You know, at 9, you have to be ready for every different scenario. I don't know if you guys seen those videos of, you know, Matt and myself going through all these different things. You're sitting at 1. Now you get to decide who do you want. You know, we have a lot of options up there, but you also take out the unknown factor. And you get to pick the player you choose or the player you want to choose.
Move up and you guys move down.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. No.
He said another mouthful right there. So it's already. I saw the conviction in his face. It's already a done deal. Them boys know exactly who they want.
Yeah, they're trying to sucker somebody.
Yeah, they're gonna try to see if somebody's gonna jump out there and potentially try to offer them something, or if Houston wants to, you know, go up to get Bryce or whatever it might be. If they could potentially leverage themselves to get an extra pick or two, they're gonna probably try to do it.
Think about it like this: if and Arizona do some crazy stuff. Remember the year before they drafted the quarterback, then the following year they drafted the quarterback again.
Yeah, Josh Rosen, and then they went and got Kyler Murray.
So I don't trust these fools.
See, I've been saying
reckless.
that. I've been saying that though, Wiley, because remember I said Scott Fitterer alluded to this a while ago. He said we've been doing a little bit of talking, and with Chicago, we had to. First of all, we talked with Arizona. We felt the need. We didn't want to let too many people know what we wanted to do because Arizona might got on the phone and call Indianapolis and try to get a better deal. So you got to be careful in how you do that. You can't let Peter know what Paul doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're too reckless.
Yeah, man.
From what Frank has told you, what he wants in a quarterback, what are you guys looking for with that top pick?
I mean, obviously, it comes down to leadership, guys that can process quickly, accuracy, someone who can run the team, you know, get you in and out of plays. It's not just about making throws. It's about managing the game at the line of scrimmage. It's about doing all the little things right during the week. I mean, he has such a great feel for the quarterback, having played that position. Josh McCown having played that position. Jim Caldwell. I mean, we have all of these experts on our staff that we're going to rely on as we go through this process. And there's going to be a lot of tough conversations, a lot of good conversations, and you know, we're going to take it all in and make the best decision.
And Frank has only coached rather tall quarterbacks. One in Alabama happens to be 5'10". How does that factor into what you guys are looking at?
You know what? He's never put that label out to me. He's like, hey, I need this, this, and this. He needs to be this tall. His hands need to be this big. He's never put that out to us. It's like, who plays the position the best? Who's going to give us the best opportunity to win?
So that right there was like to get over the Bryce Young hurdle for anybody who was going to ask that.
Mm-hmm. Try to sucker him.
How you feel about that?
Yeah, Bryce Young, I was looking at it, so I started to say, you know what, man, let me get this guy an honest look. That dude's impressive.
He is.
I mean, his instincts in the pocket is unmatched, man, especially for this draft. So
the whole calling him Patrick Mahomes 2.0 thing is it kind of got me a little leery because that guy is a unicorn, and this guy hasn't even begun to even scratch the surface. I think that maybe if he was 3 inches taller, you could look and say, okay, yeah, we might have something here. If he had more meat on his frame, you could say, okay, if he were to take a huge hit, you can understand him getting back up like nothing to it. But in college, he took hits. I mean, so it's a slippery slope with this guy. I just hope that the NFL don't break him in half.
Yeah, look at the guy. Was it Devontae Smith, the receiver for the Eagles?
Philly? Mm-hmm.
Hey, look at that. I thought he was gonna be broken in the half. That dude play.
He balling, and he taking hits coming across that middle. So, I mean, they say size don't matter. Tua is the only guy that you could look at and say every time he take a shot, his body just cringes up. But he could be one unique person. Who
That's
knows?
true. That's true. Plus, the one or two of the hits I saw, it didn't look bad, but he was out. It's like maybe yeah. With the hits, it was him.
So that's the only worry or concern when it comes to Bryce Young is him taking punishment on the NFL level and being able to get back up from it. Beyond that, nobody questions his ability as a quarterback. Nobody questions his vision or his ability to throw the ball. He has all that. I'm just saying I worry for the fella.
Yeah, yeah. Can't help but do that.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterbacks. Why did you sign Andy Dalton?
His leadership, just the expertise, the person that he is. He was a guy that was, had to play as a rookie, so he can help. If it's a rookie quarterback that is going to be playing, he can, share his experiences with him. Josh can share his experiences. Everything we've done is to basically support that position. We've added receivers, tight ends, running backs, all these positions to, put whoever that is, a quarterback, to give them the best opportunity for success. So that's what we do.
I was going to follow.
Look, that answers to everybody why we signed Andy Dalton. It's for the veteran leadership to have somebody that has games up under his belt that can go out there any given time that you need and just go out there. Hey, our rookie needs 6 games. Can you give us 6 games to get us ready? Okay. You got that veteran guy that's been there, done that, and you've built this team so well that he can stand to give you time to get that guy ready.
Yeah, that's true. And boy, think about it like this. The whole time we had Cam, nobody ever built this for this guy.
I said that the other day. If Cam Newton had an offensive line coming in, look, he had a running back. He didn't have an offensive line like this. Now, he had, like I said, Jordan Gross on the tail end of his career. Khalil was in the middle of his career. And then no right tackle because I think at the beginning, they went and got Jeff Otah. We had Jeff Otah they went and got for him, and he ended up being injury prone. And Travell Wharton retires. Then we get Trey Turner. But, I mean, the left side was strong, but then the right side was the part that was weak. So he never had a full, fluent line.
He only had Steve 1 year.
Steve Smith. And like I said, they made a Pro Bowl together in their first year.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Greg Olsen, Jeremy Shockey. We had a dual tight end setup under Trzynski that first year. And it was perfect. It gave us offense.
Yeah, you're right. And you think about it, after the Browns fired, oh boy, why didn't we bring him back? That was Cam's best offensive coordinator.
He had 4,000 yards in his first year, as well as he had like 800 yards on the ground. And he made the Pro Bowl because he was unstoppable.
Monster.
So if you build this team in a similar mode, look, Frank Reich uses tight ends to his advantage. I say we could have did the dual tight end set. And just like how we did, to make a young, comfortable quarterback even more comfortable, you have 2 security blankets at all times.
We can still do it.
Yeah, if they had number 39 and they choose to get another one, that would be interesting to look at.
Think about if they got like a Donnell Washington, more of a blocker.
Oh, that guy is, once he get a head of steam, it's over. Oh, it's over.
Dude.
Yes, sir.
But the guys you've added, Sanders and Hurst, and I mean, now Thielen. How do you feel about where your offense is right now, and why do you feel like you really needed to address that? Because you brought in a lot of veteran skill guys.
Yeah, well, it started like when you lose DJ Moore. I mean, that hurts. So how do you replace that?
Yeah.
And if you're going to go with a young quarterback, you have to have a running back. You have to have the tight end. You have to have the receivers. We feel like we have the offensive line. Brought back Bozeman. Kind of cemented that starting 5. Bringing Justin McCray. Caden Mays is making his move. So we feel good about that. Everything we've done in the last couple of years is build the defense, build the offensive line. So when we get to that position, we can drop someone in. We're in that position right now. But what we wanted to do in free agency is surround that person and then go into the draft, not having to force anything. We don't want to have to take a certain position at 39 just to take that position. We want to take the best player available. So that's why we made these moves.
Got any concern about?
Look, it's an ingenious plan. Shout out to Brian Davidson. He said, how long was Anthony Richardson at Florida? He was there for a year playing in their system. 13 games, basically, is all he played for them.
He was there 2 years.
Well, he was there 2 years, but I think he only started 13 games for them.
That's correct, because the guy that was there before him, the year before they had a quarterback competition, he didn't beat him out.
Yeah. Look, we do have a tight end, the 6'6" guy that I thought that was going to be a difference last year. So he's already on the roster. He ended up getting hurt in preseason last year.
We don't need to draft nobody then.
What was it? North Dakota State, South Dakota State? Where he was from?
South Dakota.
South Dakota. He was a really good guy. Josh Babix.
Oh, we don't need to draft nobody then.
Yeah, he's on our practice squad right now, so hopefully they elevate him because of his injury. Hopefully he can get back in the swing of things. So you're right, we don't need somebody else. So in a nutshell, what's up, Big Mike? How you living?
I'm good, man. Just enjoying the content.
Yes.
Dissecting Scott Fitter and everything.
Look at here. It was a lot to take in and digest today, because for everybody that was wondering, you wondering about the direction of which way everything is going, we're here to just break it down for everybody today.
Oh, yeah.
Going to 3 years on Thielen, who's going to be 33.
No, he actually wants to be here 3 years. That was part of the whole deal. He wants to be here through this process of building and winning. So that was important to him. Having him in the building, like when you watch his tape, the type of player he is, he's so much about technique and separation and route running that doesn't bother me as much. If he loses a step, it's not a biggest factor for a player with his style of play. If he was just a straight line burner, 32, that makes a difference. A guy that's so savvy like that knows how to separate, wasn't as big a factor. And then we also want his influence in the locker room. He's such a leader. We had him in the building last week. I was really impressed with the guy. There's so much command and respect that he's what our team needs right now.
Has Shark in too.
Yeah, no doubt. Adam Thielen signing was probably the best signing of the offseason, because one, you get a locker room guy, one that's going to be able to, he's a savvy veteran when it comes to route running. I went back and watched some of his tape, and the way that he gets open and the cuts that he be making. Look, you can do that up to you 35, brother. You can do that all day. How y'all feel about that?
Hey, that looked like Ricky Pro, man. When Ricky came from the Rams, Ricky was doing the same thing. And also, what that does is, I remember we were talking about him and D-Hop. Now I kept telling you we need to get Thielen, because Thielen is he's a quarterback friendly target. He can find open spots all over the place, because it seems like no one's paying no attention to him.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, man. We probably haven't had a shifty guy like this probably since Greg Olsen, that can get behind the linebackers and take advantage of cornerbacks, as well as make safeties look crazy. So that's the best thing about having Thielen. He'll be your eventual number 2, because any guy that you bring in, you're going to be grooming him for the top spot, whether that's a Jalen Hyatt or A.T. Perry or potentially a Joshua Downs. Anybody that you can put. I think the Panthers is, I'm going to be real with y'all. I think at that number 39 pick, they're going to probably try to trade up and package one of those other picks, because they have built this team now where they're willing to probably take a risk on a pick to try to get a receiver.
Well, I agree with that, because, all right, let's count down what they set up. You have 3 layers of comfortable hands with Miles Sanders, Hayden Hurst, Adam Thielen.
Mm-hmm.
So they made it so if we get a number 1 pick for a number 1 receiver out the draft that we can mold and add, that has some speed, we've got something real nice set up here, because we can push Terrence Marshall at number 2, put Adam Thielen in the slot, because That's a friendly set of hands for a check-down. We got Hayden Hurst. We got Miles Sanders out the backfield. Completions, easy completions for a young quarterback to step up and learn it.
That's true.
I like it. Because like you said, you want to be able to make your quarterback the most comfortable. What better way of doing it of getting a technician, a skill set guy that can come in and be a technician at the receiver. He can teach route running to the new guy. He can make sure, hey, I'll show you how to always get open. He did the same for Justin Jefferson. Like, he was the number 3 over there and still got 717 yards this past season with 6 touchdowns. That's major.
Yeah.
That's huge.
As a number 3. Come on, man.
As a number 3. Yes, sir.
DJ had about 150 more than him?
Yeah.
As the number 1.
So basically, for what you lose in DJ, you basically pick that right back up immediately with Thielen. Immediately. Now, I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't believe in Terrence Marshall Jr. at 490 yards because for a guy that's supposed to be elevated every year, for some way he always finds himself in a position where he's always having to build and prove himself to the Carolina Panther base.
Don't do that, man. Don't do it.
He always has to do that.
But
Yeah,
look,
but
I'm gonna excuse his numbers just like I excuse DJ Moore's numbers.
Tell him, talk to
You
me.
feel me? But
So,
I'm gonna say this: I'm not comfortable with it.
No.
I'm not.
No.
So, as a guy that sat in front of Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, you're telling me that what you're seeing from those two guys and what you're getting right now from Plastic Man is it's sufficient. Is that sufficient enough for you right now?
Look at the difference in quarterback play. Come
Let
on,
me
man.
tell you why it's not to me. Because I noticed the difference between Jefferson and Jamar Chase and Terrence Marshall Jr. If you look at their mechanics, Jamar Chase, Jefferson, they catch a lot with their hands. They go and go get it. You look at Terrence Marshall's highlights, it's so many body catches where he's letting it glide to him instead of going up and go get it. And that's the big difference in being a number 2 and a number 1 receiver.
So,
and hey, think about it like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious, man. Look how many times the ball was thrown at those guys' feet. Look at those incredible catches you saw DJ and him doing when the ball was at their feet. Come on, even
I give you that. I give you that. Okay. I see. Now, for some reason, PJ, Sam Donald, Baker Mayfield slipped my mind.
Yeah. So
you can't even do that with a straight face. You can't even do that with a straight face. You tried though.
Like think about like what is the worst quarterback room that you've seen in the last 5 years?
Yeah, well, I think I just named it.
Like I don't think there's been one that's worse. So it's like, so I bypassed last year because no good quarterback play, like zero. There was none.
True.
At least the year before, you had the games with Sam Darnold and Christian McCaffrey both being healthy.
One more year is all I'm willing to give Plastic Man. And
now,
if
you're right.
One more.
You're right.
One more.
If he can't do it this year, with a quarterback gonna hit him on the numbers, then yeah, you're right.
If he can't get at least, and I'm gonna set the mark for him as wide receiver number 3 right now, because I potentially think we're gonna get somebody else, which is all showing signs we're gonna grab somebody else in the draft. At potentially number 3, if he can't give us at least 700 yards, I don't want him on this team anymore. I don't. 700 yards. Thielen just gave you that as a number 3 with Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position.
Come on, man. Come on. You know what? You about to hurt your doggone self. Look at you. You get off the camera so that we don't see you looking like this.
Oh, that hurt just now. But anyway, back to the video. Lord have mercy.
Stand there. We got to let it play out. There's still talks, but we're gonna let that one play out.
how are you balancing having the number one pick and everything that's associated with that, the rebuild or, starting anew with getting guys to compete right now? Like, how is that sell job?
We expect to win. We expect the young guys, no matter what age they are, to step up and play and perform. Everyone's gonna be held accountable. If they're not up to the task, they probably won't be on the field. So,
they got to go.
Themselves as
they got to go. You hear what he said? If everybody can't be held accountable, your ass getting up out of here. That's what the hell I heard just now. All right, mark your days. YGM, you can go ahead and mark your days. Who else is another guy? Marquise Haynes, I love you, brother, but you can mark your days. You're getting up out of here. Mr. Plastic.
Sure Marquise Haynes is already gone.
You say what?
I'm pretty sure Haynes is already gone.
When they let him go?
I could have sworn I saw that he got picked up like 2 days ago.
Marquise Haynes?
Yeah.
Let me look at the roster.
Yeah, look at it. I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
No, they still got him on the roster.
He's still on our roster, brother.
I'm looking at the roster now.
Okay, hold on.
Damn, you done shipped that nigga off. Damn. What you doing, Mike?
I don't want to see him, man.
Look, we got D-Jack back. I see that comment, Hollywood. Look, I got to stop disrespecting TMJ. You don't say that about JC, and he been hurt every year as well as D-Jack. I do say that about those two guys. You got to be at the show to hear me. You got to be here to hear me, Hollywood. Lord have mercy. Anyway,
we got some 300-pounders on this thing.
Yes, sir. I told y'all about that new front line, man, with Tuttle, with Derek Brown, as well as Williams that came over from the Broncos. You got your established front run stuffers right there.
Now I'm looking at the practice squad guys. Dude, we got I'm looking at about 7 of them over 300 pounds. I mean, there's gonna be some competition.
Hey, I love what they're doing here, man. They're getting the atmosphere back electric in Carolina, man. This camp battle is going to be a real battle this year. Shout out to Matt Rule. All them fake camp battles he had last year, man. Come on.
Hey, I'm a rookie. I'm a second-year guy. It's not my team yet. Step up and make a play. We expect that from them.
Facts.
Talking about Adams' leadership.
Dang.
There was some thought maybe he'd want to go somewhere with an
established.
Scott says, step up and make a play. Enough is enough. Either you do that or your ass up out the door.
Shot fired. Damn.
Shout out to Janalian Eson. He said, what receiver should we draft in your opinion? I'm number 1 on Jalen Hyatt right now. Number 2, A.T. Perry is a guy that I believe that we don't have to reach for. And Cedric Tillman are 3 guys that are immediately can come in with Thielen and just take over number 1. Like the other 2, A.T. Perry and Cedric Tillman, will be groomed into the number 1 spot. But right now, Jalen Hyatt would capture number 1 immediately. What do y'all think?
Well, yeah. Yeah. I would, if I had a choice, I'd get Hyatt. Well, I don't know. The guy from if we get CJ, get his running mate. He knows how he plays.
I was thinking that it'd be a reach though.
Yeah. We have to go to the first round.
Well, in order to make that happen, you're gonna have to definitely do some trading.
Yeah, that's a big trade though. That's a big trade.
I think if that was to happen, I think that the Panthers at number 39 can get any guy that can be. I ain't gonna say any guy. That's too strong of a statement. But at the 39 spot, when it comes to receiver or playmaker, there's a bevy of guys that'll be sitting right there that you can get and make your bona fide number 1 receiver. So I think that they may not reach or they may not bite on trying to trade up, but don't be surprised because, like I said, I didn't expect them to trade up to number 1, and they did that. So this has been one of the craziest off seasons we've ever seen as Panther fans.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Boy, we all gonna need pacemakers after a while with the way they keep stopping our darn chest. Oh God, here we go.
You guys have conversations about, the strong possibility there would be a rookie quarterback, and how receptive, obviously, was he to that?
Yeah, what I can tell you is I had a conversation with him. I know Frank sat down with him and our offensive staff, Thomas Brown, and laid out exactly what the vision for him is. And it wasn't just like a 5-minute passing, hey, want you here, you're gonna catch some balls. It was a well thought out, meeting that they had, and they found like this will work for both of us. This is good common ground. I can be successful here. I can help us win, and he can help us win. So it was a good give and take, and we're just really excited about the addition of him.
Scott, I know you don't like talking about contracts, and you guys have been pretty sensitive about the Shaq Thompson situation, but he did take a pay cut. What was that process like for you guys on both sides, and what does he mean to you guys having been here for 3 years?
Yeah, Shaq is, he's a team leader, one of the most unselfish people I've been around. And he wanted to be here. It's important for him to be in Carolina. He loves Charlotte. He loves the Panthers. And what it came down to, we had a conversation. We sat down, in the stadium, and we just talked man to man. Said, hey, listen, what do you need? This is what we need. We worked through it. I know he slept on it. He called me back and said, hey, listen, this is what I'd like to do. And I can't thank him enough. I mean, it's such a team first move that he did, and a ton of respect for Shaq. And he wanted to be here, and we made it work.
Wow.
The motherfucker got some nerve at $24 million. He had no choice but to restructure that kind of money because he robbing us. That's just
we gave it to him.
And that was a mistake then.
Hey, come on now. Hey, Q, you can't do like now, Q. Think about it like this. Tomorrow, watch this. Tomorrow, magically, you go from your numbers to 1 million subscribers, right?
Yeah.
And you start getting paid. You get that first month, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, YouTube says, "Hey, man, we made a mistake. I don't know how that happened. Algorithm did it." What you gonna say?
Kiss my ass. Y'all better give me my goddamn money. Is what the hell y'all better do. Or somebody ass getting sued. I work hard as a mug to make this shit happen. So they can kiss my ass.
Exactly. That's probably what Shaq was thinking. Then he started looking around the league. He was like,
but come on, Wiley. You talking $24 million for a linebacker that's never made a Pro Bowl in 9 years. That is unjustifiable. That should have never been what the amount he should have been seeing. And being the fact that he's really haven't had 100 solo tackles in his career either, I don't think he wasn't worth it.
yeah, but think about it like this. When they signed him, Shaq, he had Luke there. And Luke was supposed to be his running mate. And Luke actually had to retire. So I don't put that on Shaq.
Man, I'm telling you right now, man, that's one of the ones where, oh my God. But Shaq ass got to go. Anyway. I'm glad we got that worked out. I'm being selfish right now.
All right.
You guys ever interested in Lamar?
Like anything, like you always have a conversation, but we were looking. He's a great option. There's a really expensive option, but we're focused on more of the draft picks at this point.
Have you guys had talks with Brian Burns and his camp about extending him?
I just talked to Brian's agent, not so much about him, but that's something that we'll probably look at after the draft.
These past couple off seasons, you have reminded us that it's important to ask why these players are available when they do hit free agency. Mm-hmm. So for the playmakers you've added, Miles, Hayden, Adam, I want to ask you, why do you think these guys are available?
Each team is different. Sometimes the player's available just because the team can't afford them. A good team like Cincinnati, you're going to lose players. You can't afford to bring everybody back. your budgeting because your quarterback's coming up. There's so many different factors, and but to get people like Hayden and Von Bell and Miles, I mean, those are all winning teams, and they can all bring something to you. And so there's an opportunity to go get great players for. It's not like, you know, a lot of times guys become available because they're selfish or they're divas or something. That's not this group at all. And it's very important. Who do we bring into our locker room? What type of character do they have? And these are the guys that fit that.
Following up on Adam.
That pretty much answers right there why anybody's saying, okay, so-and-so is available. You just don't let so-and-so available if he's that good. That answers that. Money is the factor for everything, man. How y'all feel?
Yep. You're right. Not only money, you don't want to destroy your locker room that you done built.
Yeah, all I heard was AR-15. That's all I heard.
Golly.
Shout out to Pop.
Go ahead, Mike.
Real quick, what role do you envision him playing here? Is he a slot guy? Is he a Z? Is he going to be out there in two receiver sets?
Well, then that's the unique thing about him. He can do both. He can play three spots for you. He's probably best in the slot, you know, because of the instant separation, the route running. But he is interchangeable, and he's got the intelligence to move him around quickly.
You mentioned that Dalton played as a rookie. What's your sort of general theory on playing rookie quarterbacks? Is that something you try to avoid? Is it a great thing to just throw them into the?
That's a great question. It's as you go through the process, we'll rely on Frank and our coaches to know when is the right time. So we're not going to put it like a benchmark out that we're going to start him week 1 or he's not going to play at all this year. It's like when the time is right, when he's ready, when he's grasped the offense, and we can put him out there and he can have success. That's when he'll go out.
Y'all hear that one right there? For everybody wondering when a rookie would play, that's why you got Andy Dalton here to take him. That's what he's saying.
He said AR-15 again. I told you.
Shout out to Pop.
Anything to do with AR.
You hear CJ get upset. Here we go.
Yeah. The notes in his voice got a little higher. What's up? What up, Mike? What up, Wilder?
Hey, look, what up, man?
Good, bro.
Like, if I was going at the AR, some of the picks that I would have signed this free agency, it'd have been different targets. Like,
How so? Because we needed a tight end, right?
Oh yeah. All right. So like, check this out.
You also got to think about the money too.
About AR's game, it's his best trait. His best trait for not being just athletic is his deep ball.
Oh yeah,
Like that's one of his best traits is how accurate he is with the deep ball.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, there's a certain receiver type that I need in the room.
Yeah, Scott Fitter gonna talk about that. You can go here.
You know what I mean? So like, if I don't have that receiver, that's trouble. Because I don't think he'll be able to do. Because it sounds like that they're trying to get the best player available at 39, and they're not trying to put everything on a receiver.
Yeah, they're not letting go of that 39 pick for sure. He really values that pick and where it's at in the draft. So,
and I'm saying if you draft AR-15, that has to be a receiver.
True.
We already know it's going to be.
Or they may
get the best player available. It might not be.
It might change if we get DJ though. If we get DJ, they might because I had to go and do some studying, and I went to go look at DJ. That boy got some wheels, man.
Oh yes,
he make big boy catches too. He not scared of the big lights.
Yeah, so he was the first round pick for no reason.
I like DJ, bro.
Yes, sir.
He's something different.
His helps. Besides that man shows out.
He made a Pro Bowl, and like I said, he had 1,000 yards previously.
Right. That's a great pickup if we get him.
Mm-hmm. But think about it. It's going to be by committee to try to replace DJ Moore because you got the youth what was on our side with DJ. He was young. And then you got the production, which Thielen is going to bring to the table. It's going to take two guys to produce what DJ could do. Isn't that crazy?
Yep, and they said DJ wasn't that good, huh?
You don't miss the water till the well run dry.
They ranked him 18th at all receivers. I think he was ranked 18th at all receivers, but some of his stats isn't that great. But I mean, hey, look who he had to play with, so you can't really hold it against. You really didn't get to see what his potential going to be.
That's true. You're right.
We might see him in Chicago. We might see what we can do in Chicago if SF Fields don't always run.
How you
First
feeling,
of all,
brother?
I'm gonna be like, I don't feel that Justin Fields and DJ is a good combination. We're gonna see how it works, but I don't see it working in Chicago. That's just my personal opinion. But when I look at our team, I'd be like, okay, if as many as people that we got that can catch the ball and make plays, what they're trying to do is say, all right, we're going to replace him, but we will replace him with the committee that will be way better than what we had when he was here with this quarterback. So because of that, I'm like, go with it. Just keep going. Because we just need one more piece and be like, all right, we got enough hands to run this scoreboard up.
Yeah.
And that'll be because of DJ Chalk or somebody.
Here's the sad part. Our best two offensive weapons, we didn't give them anything to play with. Now we finna give some guys that are average the best offensive line and situation with a rookie quarterback. This is crazy.
We got to do it, though.
Yeah, we do, but this is crazy.
Well, I mean, we're also we're getting guys with experience, some guys that have been on the big stages. So for experience, I'll take it.
I think that Hayden Hurst signing is going to be bigger than people anticipate.
Well, you notice that most of the people they picked up went to the Super Bowl in the last 2 years as far as playmakers. Miles Sanders, Hayden Hurst, Adam Thielen was with Minnesota, and every game they played this year was a big game because they had no defense.
Yeah, I really think they're
everything was
sleeping
down
on.
to the wire. They wanted people to perform under pressure, and that's why they lean towards Josh McCown talking so much about C.J. Stroud because they want somebody that's playing under pressure. So that's why Bryce Young and C.J. seems like the only logical fit here.
Yeah, I think the whole NFC South gonna sleep on Hurst until he busts their ass and show them that he the big red dog with the off the chain.
Yes, sir.
Because if you listen to his interview, bro, that man said, "Hey, look, I snap into something else once that helmet come on," and you can tell by the way how he played. He played very intense.
Mm-hmm.
He out there jigging and everything, dancing, celebrating, ready to bust your ass. Yeah, he a dog, bro.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
All right, let's get back to it.
Roster and what you've done with all the veterans is set up for a rookie to succeed right away.
That was the intention behind a lot of what we did over the last few weeks, is to have to give those guys the weapons they need to be successful. Like I said, we like our offensive line. To bring in a Miles Sanders, not only is he a good runner, but he's a good receiver out of the backfield. So he's the outlet. Hayden Hurst going down the seam, great hands. It's a dimension that we're adding to our offense because Frank uses the tight end so much, and he's a player that they identified that they wanted. To have Adam Thielen, who can separate quickly, Terrace Marshall, who's on the come right now, Laviska, like that's a really good group to surround a young quarterback with, and he's got playmakers now.
Can you elaborate on Hayden Hurst a little bit and touch on what he brings off the field as well?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, a lot of that stuff's well documented. Again, it comes back to who do we bring into the locker room? We want that leadership, that man that players can go to and talk to. There's a real sincerity to him. I don't know him very well yet. I mean, I talked to him the other day. All of our research and everything that we've done on him just points to the character and the man that he is and how strong he is.
How big was it for you guys to keep pick 39 in the deal, and how important is that?
Yeah, that was a real hang up in there. We did not want to give up 39. That would have made life a lot easier. However, it's hard to go into the draft, when you don't have that number 9 pick, because you've traded up to 1. And then all of a sudden you have to wait till that second, this was 60, whatever it was, 61 or whatever it was. That's a long haul, and there's a lot of good players in there that are going. We saw 39 as a pick that we had to keep because that's a really good player for us moving forward. We're gonna get 4 or 5 good starting years out of that, and then maybe an extension beyond.
With Tuttle and Williams, what was it you saw in those two guys that made them the people you wanted to build that 3-man front around?
Yeah, obviously we're going from a 4-3 to a 3-4, and it's not a true 3-4, but those are the type of bodies that EJ and our defensive staff said, hey, these are guys that we know, these are guys that we want. They fit the mentality that we want, the physicality that we want. They're gonna be gap and half guys, gonna be able to take on, hold. They fit exactly how our defense wanted to fit. So Shai and Deshaun, those are guys that they pointed out that they knew that they wanted.
So with that said, with it,
He talked that shit.
Look, that's big having Tuttle and those guys here in the door. Because I already told you guys, like, you're not going to really understand the full effect of those guys. Tuttle, like I said, numbers mirror Derek Brown stuff. And Derek Brown, we all say, had a particularly almost a Pro Bowl year this year. We all said that.
True. And think about it like this. And people keep doing it. People keep doing it. But Brown's going to be a defensive end in the 3-4. Tuttle on the other side. And, man, you can put any one of those other guys in the middle. Man, come on.
Well, Wiley, I think they're going to run 3 D tackles on this front. And the reason why I say that, because we had D tackles before, but they went and overload that one position for a reason. Like I said, Brown could play some in, but if you put Derek Brown on one of those D tackle spots, you put a D tackle spot in the middle with Tuttle, and then you put Williams on the end, that solidifies that front. Like, who's going to get past those 3 big hog mollies when it comes to stopping the run? Nobody's getting past them.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, what's his name? McCoy?
Marshawn McCall.
Yeah, McCall. Oh, no. Is it McCall? Yeah, he's 345.
McCall.
Dude, he could drop the anchor. That's what I'm saying. You have that guy in the middle, then you can rotate those tackles, those defensive ends, because they 300, 310. Dude, you
I think with McCall, I think they're going to use him more as the rotational piece, because you don't go out in free agency and spend this kind of money on those D tackles to not have them start. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they're going to start, but I'm just saying, you're going to have, I looked at it, they had 7 guys that can rotate that front at 300, 310 to about 345. Come on, man.
Big guys.
Yeah, we good.
Sir. And then, just like how my man said, let them linebackers fly around. We're going to have Brian Burns coming off their edge like Von Miller. You're going to have, Frankie Louvu dropping back in pass coverage, as well as coming just like he going to be coming in coverage too, because I'm telling you right now, he can get sacks all day. I think he'll get 10+ sacks himself, Frankie Louvu this year. And then you got I call him this all the time. Jeremy Chin, and then Thomas is going to be right there. But I think they're going to – Shaq Thompson, they're going to get another guy to go in the mix with those 2 at the middle linebacker spot.
We got Smith.
I don't believe in Smith yet, brother. I hate to tell you this. He still is, because he doesn't fully wrap up and tackle. He want to make the big hit. There's something so simple but yet so hard for him to address. Unless he shows signs where he can improve, I don't really see him getting on the field this year, because he's a fast guy, but he got to develop, bro.
I hear you, but I'm just saying, I've seen the guys that were out in Denver. I looked at the guys in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
He fits that style, and Barno too. So I think we got more than what we know.
Well, see, Wiley, that's the thing. we've had these guys for Barnum been here 2 years, and you can't even name me a signature sack from this fella.
But they had him playing with his hand in the dirt. The dude ain't that kind of guy. Now he's the outside linebacker.
So
he's not a 4-3 defensive end.
You put him at outside linebacker and you stand him up. How many sacks do he stand to get potentially now?
I would say 8-9.
8-9 sacks.
Yeah.
For Mari Bono.
Yeah. The dude run a 4-2, man.
Wally, you got a lot of faith in this fella, man.
But no, give me 4-3, not 4-2.
4-3.
4-3. My bad.
You got a lot of faith in this guy, man. Like I say, he's still young and developing. I think the problem with him is he's not a short tackler. He likes to make the big hit. And then he's just lost when it comes to coverage. So he has to tighten those things up and polish that before we take a look at him. And I believe we got time. I just don't believe that this is the year for him. I believe he might bud next year. But I don't think this year will be his year.
So who's the linebacker that we use?
I think we're going to draft a guy, to be honest with you.
We're going to draft a guy.
I think we draft him 3rd round.
2nd or 3rd round. If we don't go receiver with 2nd, we go linebacker or, like I said, one of those positions where you can impact the football. So you kind of got to, because it sounds like they're setting everything up for that. They know, well, Jeremy Chin is going to be coming and giving you some plays there, but you can't have him there all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he ain't that guy. But watch this. We're going to take Jack Campbell, Luke's guy.
That's my dude. I like Jack Campbell because from Iowa, he has one of the best first steps. He's not explosive athletically, but this guy's one of the smartest linebackers. He took this whole offseason and got in with Luke Kuechly, and they literally got together, and he showed this guy everything he needed to know to be great in the next level. So I'm excited about Jack Campbell if that is potentially the pick.
That we need a middle linebacker.
Look, Jack Campbell, there's only one knock on him, and his only knock is that he don't penetrate the lines to stop the ball carrier. He more of a waste for them to get to him.
Well, that's because of his athleticism. Like I said, he doesn't have that initial burst. But Luke Kuechly showed you he didn't have it either. But if you study to show yourself approved, you don't have to worry about that. If you study and be ahead of that, you don't have to worry.
And that falls on staff. Look, this is one thing that I see clearly. This whole coaching staff is like when they say they have a plan, they have a fucking plan.
Yep.
They have a fucking plan because they was like, look, if we can't train them up to do the job, nobody can.
Exactly.
And they trying to show. Today I saw some swag out they ass, dog. They was showing out. And they showed it was on the same fucking page too. Like, you're not gonna budge either one of us. You know what we want you to know, motherfucker. Until then, we gotta do this.
Exactly.
I was like, okay. This is how it's supposed to look like when the owners stay out the way.
Exactly. These guys, you're right. They look like they was like they put their dick on the table saying, hey, look, we got this shit now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm excited about that, man. Look, if that is the pick, Jack Campbell, bring him on into Carolina. I'll welcome with open arms. I'll be there in Charlotte to greet him. Hell, I'll be the first person off the bus.
Yo, if they was to pull him and then get A.T. Perry afterwards, I'll be cool with it.
Wake Forest. That guy had 1,000 yards. Like I said, with Wake Forest, he's a dangerous guy. He had double-digit touchdowns. Why not? This guy had over 80 receptions. He's a beast. I just did a video on him last night.
Bro, I said something about him on one of your videos a while back. If you go back, I said something about him. And I was like, yo, 6'5".
I like Perry. The only thing about Perry is he's older though.
Talk about a zone threat. Talk about a deep threat with an accurate quarterback. You got something that's 6'5", and you got to get over his shoulder. Yeah, to the defense, good luck.
Pop, how old is Perry?
I think when he come out, shit, him and
quarterback from Tennessee gonna be granddaddy. I think he gonna be 25, bro.
There's nothing wrong with being 25, bro. Look,
You already halfway through your first contract.
Receivers, like as you see, 32. We just got a receiver that can, as long as he can run routes, you can have a job in the NFL till you're 35. So as long
he's 25. You act like you said 35, dog. He's 25.
We gonna get 7 years about
He gonna get one contract and it's over.
Hey,
Make sure
real
it's a
over.
3-year window because everything's been done in 3.
Oh yeah,
we
I'm looking it up right. He's 23 years old. My bad.
He a big dude, though. I think he's like 6'5", isn't he?
Yeah, he's 6'5".
Yeah, he like
big, bro. Shout out to God. He talking about that's what Funches was supposed to be.
Funches lost his hand somewhere.
Oh God! Don't
talking about somebody who, boy.
Don't do him like what? That was facts.
Bro, every big receiver we had has been
trash.
A bust.
A bust, bro. So we're gonna
Did we release Andre Roberts?
I ain't putting all my money on him.
What you say?
Andre Roberts out here, bro. He gone, bro.
I don't see him on the roster. I'm looking at the roster.
That's gonna be like 3rd and 4th round. We could take a chance on that.
He'll be in the 3rd, I think.
You know,
but
what I mean?
Who knows?
We can take a chance on that.
I think Andre Roberts is what they're saying. He's off the roster for the time being. Hopefully, they'll find a way to bring him back because he was a
no.
kick. He was a good kicker.
No, he was not. Bro,
Come on now.
Hell no.
Q, I'm 50 and I'm faster than him.
That man ain't know which direction he wanted to go, bro. Just put John Smith back there.
Nah. If y'all give Plastic Man a chance, give this man here a damn chance. Now, come on.
He had a chance. He 35 years old. He had a chance. Get him out of here.
Oh my God.
He was 45.
Well, yeah, he run like it.
Oh my God.
We don't need no more senior citizens.
Hey, so the consensus is everybody out on Roberts. I see it in the chat. Lord have mercy.
He was consistent. 4'9".
Man, look at here. I like Roberts, man. I thought he could be something special because Matt Rule told me that.
You really hurting yourself tonight. You have
I'm a Roberts fan too, so don't.
I'm sleeping.
Who you say?
Playing
Who did you say? I know you ain't just uttered that. I know you ain't just uttered that.
Coach Rule told us that, man.
Hell no.
You didn't trust it, Coach Rule?
Hey,
whoa.
Ain't nobody.
You do not speak his name.
That man.
That name should not be spoken.
Y'all treating him like Voldemort around here, man. Come on.
Not to be spoken.
That's the most hated coach in North Carolina ever.
Oh man, so we're gonna finish this off, and then after this, we're gonna let everybody, get their spiel on how they feel about everything.
Non-traditional 3-4. You have Shaq in the middle. You've re-signed him. Does he give you the flexibility to maybe go with the rookie as that other inside linebacker? And how does Frankie Louvu?
Yeah, if Frankie can do that, and we'll probably move Frankie around inside and outside on that. We have some depth inside.
Wow.
It's a position we may draft as well. So
yeah, we heard the same lie.
Can't fix it all in 1 year.
So they're saying they're gonna move Frankie Louvu on the inside as well. So if you got Chin on the inside, Shaq Thompson on the inside, and Louvu, because for what we thought that Louvu was gonna be an outside linebacker out in this scheme, that's different.
Here to get the all ideal pieces when you make that shift from 4-3 to 3-4, but we have pieces that can cover in there. And Frankie, because of his play style and violence and aggressiveness, he can really help us in there.
Obviously, you guys hired Frank to be the head coach, but the role that he plays in the offseason, like these conversations, not just a 5-minute passing conversation, to sit down man-to-man, lay out preparation. He said he was so prepared for his interview.
What you say, Big Mike?
You know what it sounds like? That 296 is not for a receiver, and it's not for a linebacker. It's for a defensive end. That's
I'll take it. Like I said, those are the three biggest areas of need right now. Receiver, defensive end, and linebacker are the only things that we really got to show up in this draft after quarterback. So
stop that.
And corner.
Come
Okay,
on now.
Okay,
Come
corner.
on now.
I forgot.
Okay, CJ.
Well, you got Dante, and he just said earlier CJ gonna be playing on the field.
You really hurting yourself tonight. Your deck is gonna be fucking tomorrow.
Another motherfucker that we don't want to speak on. Another nigga, you don't even acknowledge that nigga was on the field because he pisses you off.
CJ, he only had 5 pass interceptions in 5 games. I mean, they keeping him on the roster for some reason.
Potential, because he got all the fucking physical traits, but he ain't got none of the fucking IQ.
That's true. That is a true statement. When he was letting no boy, was it Mike Evans just run past him? I was like, are you for real?
That boy was getting abused. That was a Penn State abuse time with him. Because I just don't know what to call that boy. Mike Evans owned him.
I'm not even gonna speak on that because that nigga was nowhere near Mike Evans' level. That's not his fault. I'm gonna blame that on coaching because you put that man in that position. That's like going to get John Doe and throw him in the ring with Tyson and say, hold your own.
Yeah, but at least John Doe put his hands up. He didn't put his hands up.
That fucker didn't even turn his head at all.
CJ, put your hands up. CJ.
He just gets smacked around. That's okay.
The lights was way too bright for him that day.
Yes, sir. That's one of them things when it comes to CJ Henderson. I advocate he should be one of the first cats off of this entire team. I'm telling you, he got to go. Go. Ooh.
We feel that way about a couple motherfuckers, man. Him and Shaq Thompson, but some reason we keeping them.
The goat in the building.
The defensive coach.
For some reason, Jack Thompson's a great linebacker.
Great? No, not great.
He's been our best linebacker for the past 4 years, so yeah, I'd say he's pretty good.
Okay, so you said he was our best for the last 4 years. That lets you know how bad our linebacker room.
Now, hold on. I'm not gonna let y'all do that because Frankie Louisville was the best linebacker on our team last year.
You're right. But think about it. Frankie Louisville, and that's it.
That's it.
Lean on that real quick because I don't want to.
Yeah, but think about it like this. And this is why they signed Shaq. If Luke was still there, Shaq would look good.
I don't give a shit about what would have happened. This nigga ain't produced.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the contract though. The contract looks really bad because Luke ain't beside him.
Okay. And you never did try to get that middle linebacker to help him out. So yeah, you right. That was sort of a team sabotaging because of a bad front office.
Yeah, you're right.
Man, look at here. Shout out to the GOAT. GOAT just came in. He just went back out for a second. Shout out to everybody, 33 of you guys looking at this right now. Please like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like it for the algorithm. Show that love. We just sitting here having a TED Talk. Show that love, though. Fellas, I'm telling you, man, I can't deal with CJ this year. So anyway.
I can't either.
Like how not only impressive you've been with that, but how key is that role to be able to do that as well?
Well, he's so clear with his vision and what he wants. And the one thing, Frank's gonna be very detailed during a conversation. He's not gonna give you a 2-minute answer. He's gonna give you a 10-minute answer. He's gonna answer a lot of questions along the way. He wants to paint the picture of, hey, this is what we're trying to build. They'll reiterate it and be like, hey, okay, I want this, this, and this. This is my vision for getting there. What do you think? And it's a very collaborative back and forth process. And it's been great. He's crystal clear on what he wants.
Yes, sir.
But he also defensively. And, you know, it's been a fun process working with him. And, you know, we talk about players all the time. He understands personnel. He understands, contracts. Like we're talking about, hey, if we do X, Y, and Z, we can't do this. And he gets that part of it. You know, a lot of coaches just want. And
a dig at Matt Rule. Oh, shit.
Got fired.
That was a straight dig at that one. Wasn't that a straight dig at him?
A lot of
shots
coaches.
fired.
Oh,
man, he letting them off today.
Yo, I'm telling you, they literally came out, put their nuts on the table, and said, "Here, fuck you."
Shots fired.
God. Now, I'll be there. I did not catch this earlier when I listened to it, but damn, he buried Matt Rule right there.
Wow.
No, hold on, let me get my food.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm telling you right now, make no mistake about it. When it comes to potentially making that, he said it with a nice little smirk. So that's why I missed it earlier. I like that, Scott.
It's that part.
The pro days. I mean, you've seen these guys, a lot of them at the combine, scouted them all year. What do you look for in the pro days?
I mean, besides the obvious, seeing how the ball jumps off their hand, how they move, how they interact with teammates, some of it will be like meetings the night before, or if we take them out to dinner the night before, talking to, it could be their equipment guy, it could be the head coach. It doesn't matter who it is. What do you think of this person? How does he treat people? Like, how does he carry himself every day? Are there ups and downs? Our scouts know a lot of that, but it's always good to hear that firsthand on these pro day circuits.
A quarterback pro day in your past that you saw that changed kind of your opinion on a guy?
I don't know about change, maybe reinforce more than anything. Sometimes there could be a little bit of a red flag in there or something that you see, but for the most part, nothing dramatically that I've been through.
All four.
Yes. Yeah.
What other needs do you still have? You had mentioned to us, say, kind of over the top field stretching receiver.
Yeah, you could always go with a vertical guy. You can go with another. You can never have enough pass rushers. Maybe a big D lineman. I mean, just because guys get hurt during the season, so you need those bodies. And then, we talked about inside linebacker. No team's ever perfect. Even, the teams that win the Super Bowl, like Kansas City this year, they're never perfect. Everybody has needs. It's just we're always going to keep an eye out and keep searching for whoever it may be.
Speaking of pro days, I mean, how do you evaluate what you see in pro day and what you see at the combine versus what you see in game tape?
I mean, game tape is what's most important because hopefully it's 2 or 3 years of production and, you'll see 1,000 plays on tape. That's really who the guy is. You get to the combine. Yeah, they run around. They're going to throw the ball great. No one's in front of them. No one's chasing them. It just kind of reinforces what you see at these pro days. But really, what it comes down to is what do they put out on tape?
See on Russell Wilson, first quarterback, that made you believe he could succeed right away?
One of the things that stood out, like when John Schneider first went there, he comes back and goes, "Hey, Russell Wilson, I got this guy," and he loved him. He had him up in the first round. But one thing about Russell, he never really got balls batted down in college. And he had that 6'5", 6'6" Wisconsin offensive line in front of him. But he was able to move in the pocket and slide and find these passing lanes, and he could rip it. Those are those type of things that you look for in these quarterbacks. What is the?
Hey, that was for Baker.
Damn.
He don't have balls batted down. Look, Scott Fitterer is out here taking everybody by the helm.
He's unloading. He was frustrated. He needs some counseling.
No. He just. Hey, look, they sitting there at a number one spot. He telling y'all, and then he got the rings to this motherfucker now. He got control. He just told y'all I couldn't work with that hard head motherfucker, and I told y'all the whole time. That's why he was saying. How many times he probably went to Tepper office and was like, "Look, man, I can't work with this hard head motherfucker. I've been trying to tell him." And Dave probably told him, "Hold on, man. I'm getting ready to get rid of that sumbitch. I'm getting ready to get rid of that motherfucker. I got him. Don't worry about it. I got him." Scott telling y'all right now. Now Scott can talk, y'all. Scott can talk now.
I don't know who this Scott Fitterer is right here. I've never seen something like this.
It's the nigga. He the HNIC. That's who he is now.
He dropping his nuts on the line, boy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Break the table. God damn. Shout out
That's
to
who you
Scott
talking.
Fitterer.
Scott in charge now.
Yes, sir. Let's finish up this last little bit.
Signing of Von Bell mean for Jeremy.
They're going to move him around a little bit in this defense. He'll be like the big nickel, maybe dime linebacker. I don't know how much he sat down with the coaches yet. It just gives us flexibility on the back end. This is a league now where you're nickel 75 to 80% of the time. So guys like Jeremy are going to be on the field. He's a very valuable player for us, and we're excited about it.
Do you feel like you have assets on this roster that if you wanted to regain some draft picks, you possibly could?
You always evaluate your team that way. I can tell you right now, we're not looking to trade anyone at the moment, if that's what you're asking. But you're always constantly communicating, talking to teams, and evaluating. But we kind of like where we're at.
Nickel.
This last one from Joe. We'll take one more from Steve Reed as well.
Who would be your nickel right
now? Well, Jeremy would be the big nickel, and then the one thing about J.C. Horn, he can always slide inside, and you have C.J. and Dante on the outside, and C.J. can play inside.
C.J.
But probably J.C. and Jeremy at the moment.
Lord have mercy.
Well, that's all he got right now, though. Q. He's talking about what's on the roster right now.
I got to stop this video. I can't. That nigga said C.J. Henderson, and my pressure went up. Lord. Oh my God.
Yeah, but when they go nickel, they're gonna have three safeties. See, I told you that.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that last show.
Three high safety.
I can't deal with C.J. Henderson, bro.
He's got to
Well,
go.
he not gonna be that long. You understand what I'm saying? They will be a cornerback drafted.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that. What did he say? Big tackle, edge rusher, or vertical motherfucking wide receiver. That's the three things they looking for.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Trust.
Yes, sir.
So does that sound like
quarterback, the most important piece, and then
Mike, you're a little
and it
muffled.
just
I
depends
can't
on.
understand you.
Yeah, Mike, you're a little muffled, baby.
my fault? I said, does that sound like Josh Downs?
Joshua
Well,
Downs?
see, I don't think Josh is what they're looking for. I'm
like
with Q said Q put me on to A.T. Perry from Wake Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and I've been on him, and I really feel like he could be that guy. But I'm also saying that we should double down for receiver. I don't see why not.
But see,
even if he's never healthy,
you don't
have the picks for the stud players. You might just go and grab one just to grab one, and then see Scott. Oh well, he said that at the end of this right here. I don't want to. He said something about. He said guys on waivers, guys on. He talking about picking up some of them type of guys. They ain't finished yet, so they still looking. But like he said, you ain't gonna be able to get everything in one draft.
That's right.
Or one free agency.
And I also remember him saying something about the Brian Burns. From what I hear, extending Brian Burns saves us some cap space.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't necessarily mean that after draft night we still done. It might be like, okay, we still got this much. Let's see what else we can do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he making move.
Yes, sir. Let's finish this on off, and then we can get to it.
Agency, I don't know if that guy is there. Do you say that's more likely to come through the draft right now?
Yeah, we'll continue to evaluate that. I mean, there's always going to be someone that pops free, whether it's at the 53-man cut, at that point, might be in the draft. We're going to always continue to monitor that market, but we are looking for that vertical speed guy.
The signing of Bradley and bringing them back, what would that mean to you guys?
Oh, it's huge. Get a guy like that, a huge locker room guy, great in the community, big personality, but really good football player on top of it. I mean, we said going into the offseason he was a priority, and he was a priority, and we wanted to get him done. And we're so excited to get that guy back. He means so much to us as a team, not just the player, but the person.
ingratiated themselves with the community and the team so quickly.
No, he's a unique guy, and that's why everybody loves him so much, and that's why he's a glue guy for us. He's a glue guy in the locker room, and he's great for the city, and he genuinely and just enjoys life and enjoys people. Can't have enough of those guys around.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
All right. That's it, everybody. I'm telling you right now, this is so good because we got to get a lot of gems today. And it's so important to hear the direction that they're going, the direction that they're looking at with receiver. After hearing all this, man, I got the panel here, man. How y'all brothers feeling? Anybody can take it first, man. It's up to y'all.
I can.
Say again.
Sorry, I can.
All right, go ahead.
At the end of the day, we got a lot of stuff wrong, but I think this is the best chance that we have, and I gotta say this team be looking like my crush over here, real pretty and smart.
So does anything concern you with what you're seeing, or have they built it to the point where you can say, hey, we could take best player available and move forward? How you feeling about it, what you're seeing?
I'm not understanding.
Well, when it comes to how the roster looks now and then potentially us going into the draft, is there a specific need that we have to get, or do you feel comfortable with what we have now?
I think we need another receiver.
And that's like your number one thing to get, or is that something that you think that's not so high?
I mean, I think it's number one since we're definitely getting a quarterback. So I think we got to be looking at what other things that we need to build on this roster, and that's definitely a receiver.
Okay. Anybody else want to take it?
Yeah, I got it. So, yeah, quarterback, receiver, but I also think we're going to need a middle linebacker. And the receiver and the middle linebacker is kind of 1A, 1B. They're interchangeable. Depends on the best player between the two. Mm-hmm. And then we also, I think we're going to pick up either a safety that can play nickel, or a straight up dog on the outside that replace CJ. I think we're gonna get two cornerbacks, not one. Either safety and a cornerback, or two cornerbacks. Because if you look at, I don't know how they're gonna play Keith Taylor either. Because we talk about CJ, but come on, man.
Lord have mercy.
The truth.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Well, see this right here. I'm just going by what Scott said, and like what I said earlier. Big D tackle, because see, this the thing, y'all. He said on waivers, 53-man cut. There's still gonna be some motherfuckers that ain't gonna, the money ain't gonna fit. You can get motherfuckers like that. Big T tackle and edge rusher. Dynamic. What I've been saying all day today.
Mm-hmm.
They need an impact player on the other side of the ball. Even though we getting ready to get our impact player at number one, that's gonna be CJ Stroud. I'm with you now, Mike. We getting ready to get CJ.
Yeah,
I'm with you. We getting ready to get CJ. That's our bomb that we getting ready to drop on the NFL right now. We got to drop another bomb, and I don't think it's going. They need a linebacker, but what I kind of got from him coming aside, they're not going to get a linebacker this year because we're going to play some more exotic packages and stuff like that. We're moving Frankie, just like he just said, Frankie and Jeremy. So I don't think they're going for that linebacker right now, that Mike linebacker. I think we don't have a first round pick, but we got it in the second, and I think they'll find that next year.
Okay.
And they get ready to drill with all these free agent signings, 2-year deals. They're gonna grow this thing from the draft like it's supposed to be, but it looks good right now the way they're doing it.
Hey, but
so I see a lot. I see a big D tackle or edge rusher, impact player coming at 39 if they don't trade it back.
Hey, before you jumped on, I looked at the roster. We got 7 defensive linemen that are over 310 to 345 pounds. So I don't know how much more beef you need.
But what I'm saying is are those guys gonna be? You see, you sign a lot of them guys. Are those guys gonna be camp bodies? Are those impact players? Now, your boy you got from the Saints. Now he's gonna be that impact player, and of course y'all know
Tuttle.
Derek Brown, Tuttle, Derek Brown, and then you got a dude from
Williams.
Denver,
Williams.
Yeah, Williams. Now see that shows me it's either one of them that's gonna pop up because Scott just said it. Now I'm just going by what he said. So I'm that throws me to an edge rusher.
Yeah, but you also got McCall. Well, they may cut Brandon Roy. But
That's what I'm saying.
Brandon Roy is 330.
So he didn't, but see, he didn't really do too much last year. See, they were favoring him last year, but he didn't jump off the screen when he had his chances. He better do something this year.
So like,
he might not even make the damn team.
You're right.
So like, I was just thinking about defensive end earlier, and I was thinking about that boy from USC. You might even be to trade back a little bit. We still pick him up because we still need an extra pick, and he's made for a 3-4 defense.
There we go.
Like it's 2 teams.
Mike, we ain't understand a damn thing you say just now.
Kind of
Yeah, he sound like his head in the toilet bowl.
I don't know if your headset you're too far from the. Usually you come in loud and proud.
You laying down?
It's a dude from USC.
Yeah, there you go.
I was saying the fact of the matter.
You talking about the defensive end?
Yeah, I was saying.
He's a big Samoan. You talking about a big Samoan?
Yeah, I think he would be perfect for that area to draft that because we need somebody with that's young that can grow in a system like that.
Yeah, and he's a big, powerful, fast boy too. Tuka, something like that.
Yeah. If you go from picking up CJ and then drafting him, and then going to like A.T. Perry in like the 3rd round, I'm gonna call that a success story. I'm gonna say you did good. Good job.
Okay.
I give you that. I definitely give you that. So all I'm looking at is from here on out, it's kind of was laid out. The quarterback is already put in place. C.J. Stroud is that guy. You have one of the best, put together offenses with Miles Sanders, Hayden Hurst. This offensive line has been revamped. And I mean, Thielen is here. You get yourself that receiver, and the potential is for this potential unit is what to you guys? Where do you see us taking this? Is this a division? Is we 9, 10 wins, 11 wins? Where do y'all see this?
Like I said before, I believe playoffs, man, 1st round. I think that's where we're headed. I think
12-5.
Anything else will be uncivilized.
So what if we don't hit that? Then what?
Oh, we're gonna hit that. Come on, man.
We almost did it. I'm hypothetically speaking. That's all.
Look at the turmoil we had last year, and we almost hit it.
7-10. You're right.
Come on, man.
And we much better.
And we can get to 10 at least 10 wins minimum.
Now, Wiley
is the minimum. I'm gonna just say that there. I won't let it. There's no way it'll be under 10 wins.
After the draft,
as a W.
10 is the minimum.
Everybody was 7-10, and the team that won it was 8-10. One game divided everybody. You know what I mean? So man, 11 games, I believe. You know what I mean?
And we got better.
Yeah, we got better. We got better than everybody.
Yeah,
we got better than everybody.
Yeah,
I think that equals 3 wins.
Man, shout out to my dog Wolf. Whenever you do see this, Wolf, we on your ass.
Yeah, I know you're watching, my boy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they did some sneaky shit over there in Atlanta, but I don't think they got better than us.
And they was talking about them today. I saw a video that's saying the worst off season for how much money that they had. Like they didn't do nothing with it. They kept saying they got Bates, but that was it. It was like you would expect them to go a lot further than they did. And then they gave us first place. And that actually took me by surprise. I was like, okay. I see. They see the same thing that we see.
I believe this is the
It's
stage
obvious to
it's gonna
everybody.
take us to the promised land, so I can go get my replica Super Bowl ring.
Y'all boy plotting up already now.
I'm not that far.
He did say also that this is a marathon. He showed us
Yeah.
that this is a marathon. He was like, we're not going to do it in just 1 year, but it's going to get done.
3 years. I would say 3 years from now. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what he said. Notice all the contract was in threes. I was saying that earlier, but all the contracts are in threes. In 3 years, he's saying we gonna make some noise, or I'll step down myself.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be doing something.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm a guy that likes to put numbers into play, and I'm gonna do a series. I want to ask each one of y'all one question. With CJ Stroud in at quarterback, do y'all see him having the potential of tossing 30 touchdowns or more, or less than 30 touchdowns, starting off in his rookie year?
Good question.
With the wide receiver core right now, I'd say less.
Less than 30 touchdowns?
I'd say less than 30 touchdowns with this receiving core. If we don't get ourselves a receiving core, we should know already what happens when you don't give a Hall of Fame QB a receiving core.
So let me ask you a question. Sam Darnold, what level do you think Sam Darnold is on when it comes to quarterback play?
He has a great arm, but he doesn't have the ability to process.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm kind of shocked that y'all said CJ Stroud won't get his 30 or more. I'm very disappointed in y'all.
I'm gonna be around 27.
I'm glad that I'm on this line and I heard y'all saying from y'all mouth. You trying to tell me in a full year he can't get 30 touchdowns?
I'm trying to count who gonna catch 30 touchdowns.
I set them all up, Big Mike.
Listen. First of all, so disrespectful. Now listen, you got Adam Thielen, Hayden Hurst, Miles Sanders. All three of those are dip, safety, red zone ready targets because they all played in big time. The ball ain't gonna be getting down the field. It's not gonna be. And I'm gonna mean that because of the fact of the matter that offensive line, it didn't go anywhere. And Frank likes to run. And Miles Sanders, yeah, he had the #1 NFC offensive line, but our shit's not trash like it used to be.
So, fellas, let this sink in, and I'm putting this up here. As a total offense last year, we had 35 touchdowns between P.J. Walker, Sam Darnold, and Baker Mayfield. 35 touchdowns. So the question I asked you, did you think your rookie was going to be able, C.J. Stroud, was he going to be able to come out and give you 30 at least?
Since you said that, yeah, 30.
Disrespectful, like, wow.
Well, see. Okay, did you hear Frank though? Well, you didn't play Frank, did you? Q. I know I came up late.
No, I ain't played Frank.
Did you? Okay. Well, Frank said the way they gonna scheme. You see what I'm saying? Y'all got to think. We had Ben McAdoo as our offensive coordinator last year. Ben McAdoo didn't scheme. This man said we get ready to scheme. So like you said, we got tight ends that can run up the seam. We got Thielen that we can throw in the slot. We got other guys we got some guys that can get vertical. We already got some vertical threats right now. But see, when you scheming people open and you doing crossing routes and you got tight ends and you got receivers blocking for people and getting people open, and you got Sanders out the backfield being a safety blanket or catching out the backfield, screens, a note. You see what I'm saying? That makes an offensive threat just like Kansas City, where you got to factor in everybody. That's what makes them so good on offense. They got a lot of shit going on. Your eyes just going everywhere. You can't focus on one motherfucker.
You're right. You're right. And we're gonna have the opportunity to actually see a competent offense.
A competent offense. You're exactly right, Wiley.
Imagine
a
that.
competent offense.
Golly. It's like we got some water and we're in the desert.
Yeah. You got to think, we didn't do nothing but get better. Sam Donald, Baker Mayfield, PJ Walker, and Ben McAdoo. Come on, bruh.
And to carry that further, you could kind of see like the light from the Rams offensive coordinator kind of rubbing off on the offense by the signings they're making. Because Adam Thielen in the slot is a poor boy Cooper Kupp, like a very poor boy Cooper Kupp. But when it comes,
don't do him like that now. Very poor.
Hey, he right though, Q. But we poor right now. We gonna use it. We gonna get rich in a little while.
But listen,
this man out of everybody chose to come here. Y'all gonna talk about that man like this?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about the size of the contract. All right, because Cooper Kupp ain't playing for that. Okay, so you're talking about and he's not nowhere near the production as Cooper Kupp either. But he has that same route tree in his DNA about how to get open. So you have that. You're relying on TMJ to stay healthy and give you like a Robert Woods kind of impact is what they're hoping for. And that's why they're trying to get speed so they can have like a Jefferson because they not sure about Shi Smith.
Oh, I'm sure about Shi Smith. I'm
you know what I mean? You got that Hayden Hurst, Tyler Higbee type feel. So it's like you can see a blend of Frank Reich and Thomas Brown both going in on what this offense can look at if it's run first or if it was pass first.
Man, look at here. Shout out to Jeff R in the chat. He said, guys, look at the hidden message. Free agents are coming here because they believe in the path that we're heading. We got something special here. Look, Adam Thielen went on to Pat McKee's show and really said that he believed that the Panthers are going to be in the Super Bowl in the next couple of years.
There it is, baby.
He truly believes that.
Yeah, because he didn't even want to come here.
Yeah.
That man
bullshit. He was like, I was just coming here to check it out. But then he was like, but when I got here, he's like, oh, they sold me, bro.
There it is.
I want to be there.
That nigga know we getting CJ Stroud. That's what that is. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, there you go, CJ Jr. over here.
Hey, but honestly, he said one main big reason why he came was Andy Dalton.
What?
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. We can get anybody, bro. We're going to be all right.
It's crazy.
But it sounds like AR to me.
What the word?
Hey, I like that.
Man, hey, I'm gonna try to tell you, man. If you get an AR and you saying, give me a year and a half, 2 years, this team be, stupid explosive.
Monster.
Yeah. It's the thing is they gonna do that, Kendall?
Yeah. Now, if y'all want to be ready, say not next year. Now you're not gonna be ready next year. Come 2023, it's still gonna be 2024. And just right the ship and get everybody together. You go ahead and get CJ.
Okay, so here's the question. I got a question. If you had to put money down, and in 3 years, which one can get to a Super Bowl the fastest? Who you gonna put it down on?
Both of them can, but I believe I believe Anthony Richardson is going to be more of an explosive player that give you, ceiling going to be there if he's put in the right situation. I believe Anthony Richardson is going to be the better pro.
Mm-hmm. His ceiling is Cam Newton.
No, it's higher.
I mean,
It's higher. It's higher.
His
Yeah.
floor.
Oh no,
I
that's
mean,
not
I
true.
meant to say, his floor is Cam Newton.
Wait. Did you just say this man's ceiling is higher than Cam Newton?
It
Yes,
is.
it is.
It
Okay,
is.
Yes, it
It's
is.
way higher.
I need a reason to feel that way because I'm trying to feel how y'all feel, but it's just not happening. So give me a reason to say that it's higher than Cam Newton's, please.
Okay, let me ask you. I'm gonna ask
Go
you a
ahead.
question with a question though, Mike. I know who you like. We know who you like. We all know who you like. We just all we doing is putting it out there and giving something to debate about. But what about AR's game right now, or what he could be, leads you to believe that he's just not that guy?
Okay, because I say it a lot, and people must think like I don't know, but we talk about longevity, at least in trying to win something, and I think about it's just never going to be there. And I know it's fucked up to say because it's the most exciting part about watching football to have someone that electric back there that can move like that and still can throw. But the fact that he doesn't have the accuracy, it means I'm gonna waste 3 years of his career trying to get him up to speed, and then I might get 5 more years of him before he gotta hang up the cleats.
Well, think about it like this. When Josh came in, right? He wasn't accurate.
And neither was Herbert.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Neither is Herbert. See, yeah, y'all keep pushing that narrative. That's why I keep telling y'all about that national narrative. Don't get into that. Just like what's my man name? Q that was on last night.
I don't
What
know who
Q
was
go?
on with you last night.
Man, I can't. He's the 49ers fan that's got the other show. I don't know where Q at right now. But anyway, but you have drills and things like that that coaches can get your accuracy down. You can, if you're a quarterback, you can become accurate. I ain't talking about pinpoint accuracy. Ain't none of these motherfuckers no gun with no damn laser beam on it. Come
There's
on
only
now.
one. There's only one, Patrick.
Okay.
But
I'm not
I
saying
mean, able to hit targets and getting that touch. The man played 13 games and go back and watch his season at Florida, and you can see the progression.
I seen it. I just didn't see nothing for me to be like, yo, he's gonna be like, he's gonna be better than Cam Newton because I haven't seen. I see his Achilles heel is the same as Cam Newton. That's why I can't put him above the nigga already.
Okay.
No, we just saying ceiling. We're saying the ceiling could be higher because we already saw Cam's ceiling. So that's all. Doesn't mean it's going to actually happen.
Yeah. And yeah, and we seen Cam, man. Put it in mind though. You seen Cam with a Panthers club that didn't really. That was like, well, shit. Yeah. We got this guy here that's a prolific offensive. That's an offensive weapon by himself. And Cam sat there and told y'all he had an interview and he said he made a mistake by trying to play Superman and not forcing them to get him some more weapons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We never had a one receiver when Cam was here. Never.
Or offensive line.
No, neither one.
Like we didn't have that with Cam. We had a very good tight end, and that's about it.
That's about it.
Here's the funny part. When we signed Greg, right? You know what they said? They said, "Oh, he's washed up. He was a high draft pick, but he failed in Chicago. He's no good."
And then I tell you how that national narrative is all the time, though, Mike. Guess what they say? And Wiley can check on that. Hey, they say, oh, he can only throw to the tight end. That's all we had. You know what I'm saying? That's so stupid. They say shit that's so stupid. They said the same thing about Lamar with Tyreek. You know what I'm saying? That's all he had.
You got to give him something. It's like, and that's why okay, I'm gonna be real with you. By the way they building the team,
No, you're not.
By the way they building the team, I could see more comfort in at AR-15 But that, like I said, my thing is I want the problem fixed for the next 10, 12, 15 years, not 5 years after he hits his potential. All right, sooner or later, this is over with.
I understand.
But we got the talent around each one of the quarterbacks to see, either one of the big three. I'm not even thinking about leavers. We have enough for the big three quarterbacks to see. It's just
Cam Newton probably still playing today if we'd have did this for him.
Oh, facts. Especially that year we had 2 tight ends. Like that was his MVP before his MVP.
Yep. Shockey and Greg. Yeah.
Yeah, that was his MVP year before his MVP because he was showing out his rookie year when he had both of those. Why they never went back to it, I never understood.
Now, Mike, how would you feel if Andy Dalton started the first 6 games?
It depends on who's the quarterback because if it's AR-15, I'm saying Andy Dalton should start the whole year.
Because, I mean, they made it sound like Andy Dalton is going to be the starter from how it sounded to me. They was like, hey, Dalton came here because he wants to win. He want to win some games. And then he also can teach the young rookie quarterback, you know, the ins and out about the NFL. And when he's ready, we'll put him in. That's what it sound. That would it sound like. It don't. I mean, it don't matter who it is. Like it sound like whoever we get, they're not starting right away.
I don't know, Pop. I don't know. It's gonna come down to that training camp, bro. Cause you know Dalton signed a 2-year deal and he can be gone next year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With no major money. You know, so I don't know. It depends on how anybody that quarterback looks, whoever it is.
Who's the quarterback?
Coming out of camp.
They're gonna put him in.
Because at
MVP.
I'm not playing him any games next year. I'm just not. I'm gonna give him a whole year to learn.
Yep.
Like that's
I don't think Richardson would take a year. If Richardson goes over there with Shane Steichen, I'm trying to tell you,
he'll be starting.
He gonna be a problem between us or Indianapolis. That's where I hope he goes, and I hope he shows the NFL what it is. Because I'm tired of this national narrative shit.
Yeah,
with these quarterbacks.
Talk about it.
And I mean, and I hate to be black, white, this and that with these black quarterbacks talking about they run first. And no, this guy is not. You know, even if you go to a Lamar Jackson, that all the narratives that they say about no, it's not. He's proved them wrong. Nobody never goes to his number. They just swear he's a runner. He's never had a wide receiver on that team.
Yep.
If you look at his tape, he doesn't run first, right?
Yeah.
He looks through his reads or whatever, and then when the pocket crashes, he still try to sit in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that big muscle neck, he get the fuck on. He get out of there.
Yeah. And then we talked about Cam. We was talking about Cam Newton. Cam Newton never had a number 1 receiver. But and this is the thing. Yeah, if y'all can remember all them off seasons we had Cam and stuff, receivers used to go where he was to come with him, to throw with him and stuff like that. All these guys are professional. Why would I go to practice and throw with a bum? You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Have you ever heard of anybody going to find Sam Donald and go practice and throw with him? No. Come on, Baker Mayfield or anybody? Come on, man. Now stop playing, man. Stop playing, man. Stop believing that hype, that dumb shit these motherfuckers is talking on this TV, on the radio.
Both. But they always take the low hanging fruit, though.
Yeah. You're right. Exactly.
It's easy to say, and if you don't watch anything, you'll believe it.
You'll believe it. You believe it. Yeah, you got to watch this guy. We got to move his head, watch his footwork. If anything, footwork need to be worked on. That's called a young quarterback. But they say you see him processing, you see him going through the progression. The boy know how to read, you know what I'm saying, defense. But you got to think of him as a freshman. He only had 13 starts. Some of them guys there, they more polished and stuff. CJ had 2 years starting. Bryce had 3. So if AR went back It's school, but he see that money in front of him. Go get that money.
Mm-hmm. I don't blame him.
I know, look, I just want to point this out. All three of these quarterbacks are athletic. Like,
Yeah,
so it's just a different level of athleticism.
that's true.
So it's like you're not taking the loss, not
No.
getting the most athletic of the quarterback. Either one of them is going to get you that extra first down, that extra touchdown,
Mm-hmm.
extra time out the pocket. All three is going to do it.
I think what they're really looking at, who can process better, who can lead the team, and they'll choose from there. Because you can fix the accuracy thing, but you can't fix processing. If you can't process, just like Sam, you can have all the gifts, but yeah.
Look, I'm gonna tell you the real shit. What's going to stop all of this, and what's sold CJ already is just a Georgia film. Like, because they're gonna put all this shit set together, and they're gonna say the most pro-ready team in the college football. Who played against them? Who showed their ass against them? That could be his rock bottom. No other. Bryce Young, they're gonna put the same thing on the same Georgia game. What did he do against them? How did he handle it? How was the big lights? This was the closest thing to a pro defense that they faced. Once they pause that, they're gonna keep going down the line, and then it's gonna start getting ugly to the rest of the people in the draft.
That's true.
Because they're not gonna have any footage to say, look, in this biggest moment and this time frame, face an opponent that is the closest you gonna get to an NFL level, I did damage to him. No, they probably gotta say, we got body bag. This is what happened. My bad.
Yeah. The only one I can say that really played above everything is Bryce, because CJ has talent or had talent. Bryce, I haven't seen an Alabama team with that had this level of talent. It's not normal. They're not a receiver from Alabama going in the first, second, possibly third round. Think about that. The last 4
Yeah,
years or so,
and
they've been
yeah, you're
filling
right.
up the draft.
And see, you got that transfer portal and everything else that's happening in college sports. That's kind of evening the playing field for everybody. Cause you used, like you just said, Alabama used to be so Trump tight. Ohio, the Clemson, this one, that one, all them powerhouse teams. Now you look and you say, well, damn, TCU, this one and that one's got these prolific players, these guys. 4 or 5. Now Georgia and them guys still got. I mean, come on now, you know what I'm saying? All that talent they got.
It's their turn.
I mean, it's their turn. Yeah, it's their turn. But it's going through a cycle. It's starting to filter out, and you start seeing somebody like Bryce. He carried them boys.
He did.
And I ain't taking nothing from him. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to. Now, Mike talked about AR. Bryce ain't gonna have no long career. AR career gonna be longer than his.
But
I believe in that. That's why I'm so heavy on CJ, because I'm like, both of these careers ain't gonna get past 7 years.
I don't know.
I don't say that about. I don't say that about AR. See, because Mike thinking AR is just gonna be a runner. He's not.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the first 2, all right, you get 10 years of AR-15, but the first 3 years is finally getting him to where he's got to be at to really hit his full potential.
I don't think it'll take that long for this guy, man. This guy picked up that like a fish out of water his first 13 games, man.
Look, his second year is when he's gonna finally get his number 1 receiver, and he's gonna start trending in the right direction. And then the third year is no excuses. That's what I'm gonna say. Because he's not gonna have it this year. That number 1 guy that they're gonna go out to get to make sure that he's not what they hope he's not going to be, like that he's not a bust, so they can go get that number one receiver. Once they go get that one guy, like T. Higgins or somebody, they're gonna say, "All right, young man, show us what you got." And I'm gonna give it because next year we're gonna have a lot of salary cap. So that's when I'm looking at a big name receiver coming to come save the day.
So how you think it ain't gonna take CJ 2.5 years or 2 years,
He already
to
processed.
hit some kind of stride?
Because he processes the
Yep.
multiple reads, how he throws, the
Yep.
accuracy of a ball and where it places. It's
Yep.
the fact of the matter is, if you got body control against the defensive back, you're open with CJ Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I mean,
all you need.
I think Bryce Young might be the most qualified if we're looking at like football intelligence.
It's CJ.
I think Bryce definitely is at the top of that list.
You're probably right about the football intelligence.
AR is definitely behind. They've already said that he lacks a lot of football knowledge,
experience,
but doesn't mean that he can't learn. You know what I'm saying?
No, it ain't that. It's just CJ is there already.
I see that straight reps. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because of experience.
And Frank Wright said,
Experience.
whoever the rookie is, he's gonna get a lot of reps. A lot of reps. Because Dalton really ain't gonna need a lot of reps, bro. I mean, he's been in the league for 10 years, 11 years. So
yeah,
he ain't gonna need
Dalton knows his role. He knows his role.
Yeah.
He know what he came here for.
Look, we didn't bet the farm, but by everything that they done said and everything they did, they said it's all or nothing that we gonna hit this one right. If you gotta put your family's house, put your family's going to school, how you gonna eat? How you gonna feed your family for the next possible 3 or 10 years? What quarterback are you drafting? Are you really gonna pick AR-15 and say he's got the potential? Or are you gonna go with the guy that you feel is the most NFL ready right now? Because that's your family you gotta feed. Let's be real. Are you gonna roll the dice, or are you gonna go with what you see?
I don't know, because if I had the coaching staff that we got, and so if you think about it, Jim, he developed Peyton, and the time Baltimore went to the Super Bowl, he was the quarterback coach. People keep forgetting about that. Also, if you look what Frank done, that was me. I'll bet on me. I choose one I think is the better quarterback.
All right, so divorce papers online for you.
Damn, Mike. No hope.
We done broke on one happy home. Who's the next?
Well, you could damn sure believe this right here. We debating about it. And if it's a debate about it, them guys see the same thing we saying, and even a little bit more. So I won't be surprised whatever happened at that come the 26th of April.
But I'll be happy with whatever choice they make.
I think I will be too.
I'm fucking not gonna.
Oh, I know I will be.
As long as I ain't got levers, I'll be straight.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Nah, then
No,
I think the only two in the conversation right now is Richardson and Stroud. If I had to look at it.
I'm a support whoever's drafted, but I'm not about to pretend like I'm gonna be cool with whoever they draft, because I'm gonna have an opinion like a motherfucker. They better not fuck this up.
I agree with that. They don't need to mess it up.
Well, if they pick the wrong one, they gonna fuck this up, and I'm gonna be mad as shit.
Whomever it is, they if they mess this up, that's all on them.
I don't think they can mess it up other than Will Levis or Bryce Young to me.
Damn, Kendall said Bryce Young.
Bryce Young will mess it up. Bryce Young will mess it, man. I'm trying to tell you. Bryce don't fit this what we doing.
Look, man.
You go back and listen to Frank. They asked Frank today straight up that you like a tall quarterback, this and that. He danced around that question trying to be nice. Oh, it's the player. It's not the size. You see what I'm saying? That's a bullshit answer. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a bullshit answer.
That was facts. That was facts.
Yeah, well.
He know they say, hey, yo, that motherfucker's too. Yeah.
He can't say he's too little.
Look, we can. That nigga too little.
Yeah, now even Scott was talking about Russell, you know what I'm saying, with batted balls down and all kinds of stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? That's an issue.
Yes,
when
sir.
you get to this level.
Yes, sir. Look, man, y'all boys are on one tonight, man. If you're watching this right now, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And also like it for the algorithm, man. Look, the fellas are in the building. We chilling. We ain't going nowhere, man. How y'all feeling tonight?
Hey, guys. I'm gonna lay this thing down. You know, I'm in Germany, so I appreciate y'all guys. Till next time, all right?
Yes, sir.
All
right, Wilder.
All right, Wilder.
Yes, sir. Well, I'll tell you like this. This one right here for me was just one of those laid back shows where I was talking about, you know, the live reactions and how we feel about everything. But if everybody done got off what they want to get off their chest, I can go ahead and call it a night.
Yes, sir.
Man, look, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for pulling up as usual, man. The love is always here, man. Dub Q appreciates all y'all. I had to go and feel my face.
Yes, sir.
Some
of that good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But before you do anything else, man, make sure y'all be right back here. We're gonna be doing another live. If not Wednesday night, we're gonna try to pull it up on Thursday. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and like this video for the algorithm. Show us that love, man. It's been your boy Dub Q, and I'm gonna holla.
No doubt.
All right.